A little while back, I was sitting at my register and thinking that I should do a drop soon. I opened the drawer and saw that I had a great many ones, $1 bills, or singles to some, which prompted me to count them. This is because, after accumulating a certain number of them, anything above the opening amount of ones is added to the next drop. As I am halfway through the stack, 24 out of 49, a woman walks in the front door and asks, "Do you work here?" Bear in mind, this while I am behind the counter, sitting at the cash register, with both hands literally full of money. My response was a bewildered yes. The response going through my head was no, we just allow random people behind the counter so that they can take money out of the register. I seem to be facing an increasingly moronic general public. During my time selling cars, I sold a lot of Jeep Wranglers. For those of who don't know, the Wrangler is purpose-built to go off-roading and really isn't that great of an everyday SUV. My customers who bought a Wrangler and knew what they were getting were happy. My customers who didn't know what they were getting and bought a Wrangler hated it. Had a guy come in with a BMW X5 to trade in on a Wrangler. I took him on a test drive. I explained the cons of a Wrangler: it's ride rough, gets horrible gas mileage, doesn't hold in the heat or the cool air very well, is bumpy, even though it's big. How it's designed can make for a cramped driving, and it has a lot of quirks, and that's how it's built. It's meant to be that way. This was a Sport S4 Dr. automatic hardtop with a few features like heated seats, and we sold it to him for about $45,000. I remember him asking me questions like, "Are the seats power? No they aren't." Or, "Are the seated cool?" I go, "No they aren't." I remember him asking me about features it didn't have a lot. I even remember asking him, "Are you sure you really want to trade in your X5 for a Wrangler?" Well, he did. Over the course of the next several weeks he would complain to me. "Wind noise is really loud." Me, "It's a Wrangler." "It doesn't keep the heat in very well." Me, "It's a Wrangler." "Its gas mileage is horrible." Me, "It's a Wrangler." "It's really bumpy." Me, "It's a Wrangler." I finally said, "Would you like your BMW back?" He said, "You will unwind the deal?" I said, "No, but you could trade your Wrangler into us and we can sell you your BMW back." He said, "All right." He came in, we offered him $40,000 for his Wrangler, and we sold him his BMW back for $1,000 more than we paid him for it. When we gave him $40,000 for his Wrangler, he was surprised because he expected our number to be lower, and he asked, "Why are you giving me $40,000? I said, "It's a Wrangler," and he smiled. Yes, he basically spent $6,000 to what amounts to renting a Wrangler for 6 weeks. I imagine everyone can relate to this one. This was about a year ago, before I quit a big hardware store. The way the registers are set up is the register sits on the counter and there is no desk to separate me from the customer. Basically it looks exactly like a self-checkout machine, with the only difference being the drawer filled with money underneath. And the only way customers can tell a register is closed down is the light is turned off, since aisles don't really exist anymore. I just switched my light off when a bunch of customers came over. I started helping get the line down while my coworker Sarah helped across from me. She started calling people over to her line and telling them I was closed so I could leave. I thanked her just as she got my last person in line, and started gathering my stuff. Older guy walks up with a cart full of materials. "Good afternoon." Me glances over and smiles. "Hi hon, did you have a question?" Guy, "I am ready to check out." Me points to my coworker. "Sorry, I am closed, but Sarah will check you out." Sarah waves to the guy and shouts a hi. Guy, smile disappears. "But you're right here." Me, "Yes, but I am leaving and I just turned my light off." Points upward. "Her customer is finishing paying right now, so you won't have to wait for more than a minute." Instead of leaving, Guy just continues to stand there and stare at me. I log out and take off my apron to drape over my arm so I can grab my other items. Me, after 2 awkward minutes of this guy standing there staring at me while Sarah is trying to get him to come over. "Sorry sir, I am logged out." Guy, "But I need to check out." Me points again to Sarah's now empty register. "She can get you, sir." Guy, "I want you to do it." Me, I have to head to class." At that point I just walked away since I wasn't sure what else to tell the guy. As I was leaving I saw the guy still standing at my empty register whilst there now had a full line of people. Guy gave me a nasty glare as I left the building, still mind you, waiting at the register. I was tempted to walk up to him that the hill he was willing to die on wasn't he worth it. But hey, to each their own I supposed. I wanted to post something good on this subreddit that might bring a little happiness to your life. I, 19F, work at a dollar store as a sales associate in rural United States. However, near our town we have a deaf community that frequents the town for groceries and to eat. At my store we have 3 regulars who are deaf and I know sign language. These customers have told the deaf community that we are deaf friendly and now we get more deaf people in the store. Deaf customers have told me that they come to this store because we can communicate easily without them writing down their statements, questions or having an interpreter. Whenever we have a deaf customer now, my co-workers call upon me to interpret and help the customer. And I don't mind. I enjoy helping them and they are some of the sweetest customers we have. I worked for a well-known mart that didn't sell walls, but the grocery store-sized one. I work mainly on the sales floor, but when the front end would get backed up they would ask us to come up and help. So one day I was helping, and when I was about to go back to the floor a man with maybe 6 small items so I let him come through. He thanked me and was friendly. When it came time to pay he had a $100, his total was about $30. When the drawer opened, he asked if he could break another 2. I politely said I couldn't because of store policy. He got all huffy, grabbed a couple things of candy and a soda then paid for them separately with a stupid smirk. I told him I didn't have change enough for that and could only take one more bill. He starts telling me how ridiculous this is, and that I'm lying. He wants me to show him my drawer. Absolutely not, company, and personal, policy. He huffy and says fine, whatever. With a smile, I took both of those bills and took my time carefully inspecting both of those bills to make sure they were real, as per company policy. He was so mad by the time I finally deemed them real and finished the transaction. He did wipe the drawer out pretty good, which he thinks was a win for him, but I was done on it so I just sent a request for a drop, signed off and told the service desk about the drop request and went on my way. This was about a week ago but I can't stop thinking about it from time to time because it was so odd to me. I am a cashier at a grocery store, have been here for almost a month so still pretty new, but I've never heard of any customers like this one before. I am checking out this guy and he strikes up a conversation with me which basically went like this. Customer, how do you like your job? Me, oh, it's alright. Customer, just alright? Me, well yeah. Some days are busy but some days are pretty chill and light on work. Customer, would you give that same answer to your boss? Me, confused probably. Yeah. Customer, I could secretly be your boss you know. Me, oh ha true. Pause. Customer, whenever you re-asked that question, you re-supposed to say you love your job. I didn't know how to react, so I just said oh okay I'll keep that in mind. Of all the stories I heard I never thought there would be customers that expected you to suck up to your place of work.